Hello, welcome back. Let's do the final one and stop for today, and then charging the camcorder for the night, and then read the Nvidia, about the company Nvidia tomorrow. Then continue with the GeForce 4 series. We could continue the whole day tomorrow. So that's 4 pages. I will go to my bed. This is just a short one, so let's read it and stop for today.
GeForce 3 Series. GeForce 3 Series GeForce 3 Series logo. Release date February 27, 2001. Codename NV20. Architecture Kelvin models. GeForce 3 Series. GeForce 3T Series. Cards mid-range GeForce 3, T200 high-end GeForce 3, T500 API support Direct 3D 8.0 Vertex Shader 1.1 Pixel Shader 1.1 Opengle 1.3 History Predecessor GeForce 2 Series Successor GeForce 4 Series Support Status Unsupported. The GeForce 3 Series, NV20, is the third generation of Nvidia's GeForce graphics processing units, GPUs. Introduced in February 2001, it advanced the GeForce architecture by adding programmable pixel and vertex shaders, multi-sample anti-aliasing, and improved the overall efficiency of the rendering process. The GeForce 3 was unveiled during the 2001 Macworld Conference and Expo /Tokyo 2001 in Makuhari Mess, and powered real-time demos of Pixar's Junior Lamp and ID Software's Doom 3. Apple would later announce launch rights for its new line of computers. The GeForce 3 family comprises 3 consumer models: the GeForce 3, the GeForce 3 T200, and the GeForce 3 T500. A separate professional version, with a feature set tailored for computer-aided design, was sold as the Quadro DCC. A derivative of the GeForce 3, known as the NV2, is used in the Microsoft Xbox game console. Architecture. Introduced 3 months after Nvidia acquired the assets of 3DFS and marketed as the Infinite FX engine, the GeForce 3 was the first Microsoft Direct 3D 8.0 compliant 3D card. Its programmable shader architecture enabled applications to execute custom visual effects programs in Microsoft Shader Language 1.1. It is believed that the fixed function T&L hardware from GeForce 2 was still included on the chip for use with Direct 3D 7.0 applications, as the single vertex shader was not fast enough to emulate it yet. 2. With respect to pure pixel and texel throughput, the GeForce 3 has 4 pixel pipelines which each can sample 2 textures per clock. Size is the same configuration as GeForce 2, excluding the slower GeForce 2 MX line. To take better advantage of available memory performance, the GeForce 3 has a memory subsystem dubbed Lightspeed Memory Architecture, LMA. This is composed of several mechanisms that reduce overdraw, conserve memory bandwidth by compressing the Z buffer, depth buffer, and better manage interaction with the DRAM. Other architectural changes include eMBM support, 3.4, first introduced by Matrox in 1999, and improvements to anti-aliasing functionality. Previous GeForce chips could perform only supersampled anti-aliasing, SSAA, a demanding process that renders the image at a large size internally and then scales it down to the end output resolution. GeForce 3 adds multi-sampling anti-aliasing, MSAA, and quincunx anti-aliasing methods, both of which perform significantly better than supersampling anti-aliasing at the GeForce 3 T200 GPU. Expensive quality. With multi-sampling, the render output unit supersample only the Z buffers and stencil buffers, and using that information get greater geometry detail needed to determine if a pixel covers more than one polygonal object. This saves the pixel/fragment shader from having to render multiple fragments for pixels where the same object covers all of the same subpixels in a pixel. This method fails with texture maps which have varying transparency, for example a texture map that represents a chain link fence. Quincunx anti-aliasing is a blur filter that shifts the rendered image a half pixel up and a half pixel left in order to create subpixels which are then averaged together in a diagonal cross pattern, destroying both jagged edges but also some overall image detail. Finally, the GeForce 3's texture sampling units were upgraded to support 8-tap anisotropic filtering compared to the previous limit of 2-tap with GeForce 2. With 8-tap anisotropic filtering enabled, distant textures can be noticeably sharper. Performance. The GeForce 3 GPU, NV20, has the same theoretical pixel and texel throughput per clock as the GeForce 2, NV15. GeForce 2 Ultra is clocked 25% faster than the original GeForce 3 and 43% faster than the T200. This means that in select instances, like Direct 3D 7T and L benchmarks, the GeForce 2 Ultra and sometimes even GTS can outperform the GeForce 3 and T200, because the newer GPUs use the same fixed function T and L unit, but are clocked lower. 5. The GeForce 2 Ultra also has considerable raw memory bandwidth available to it, only matched by the GeForce 3 T500. However, when comparing anti-aliasing performance, the GeForce 3 is clearly superior because of its MSAA support and memory bandwidth /fill rate management efficiency. When comparing the shading capabilities to the Radeon 8500, reviewers noted superior precision with the 80 card. 6. Product positioning. Nvidia refreshed the lineup in October 2001 with the release of the GeForce 3 T200 and T500. This coincided with ATI's releases of the Radeon 8500 and Radeon 7500. The T500 has higher core and memory clocks, 240 MHz core /250 MHz RAM, than the original GeForce 3, 200 MHz /230 MHz, and generally matches the Radeon 8500. The T200 was the slowest and lowest priced GeForce 3 release. It is clocked lower, 175 MHz /200 MHz. Yet it surpasses the Radeon 7500 in speed and feature set besides dual monitor implementation. The original GeForce 3 was only released in 64 MB configurations, while the T200 and T500 were also last as 128 MB versions. Specifications. Discontinued support.
Auto reading had stopped, so I had to reboot my computer when I'm finished later.
Nvidia has ceased driver support for GeForce 3 series. Nvidia GeForce 3 T500 final drivers include Windows 9X and Windows Me 81.98 released on December 21, 2005. Download. Product support list Windows 95/98/Me 81.98. Windows 2000, 32-bit Windows XP and Media Center Edition, 93.71 released on the 2nd of November, 2006. Download. Despite claims in the documentation that 94.24 supports the GeForce 3 series, it does not. The Windows 2000/XP drivers may be installed on later versions of Windows, such as Windows 7. They do not support the aero effects of Windows 7, however. Products supported list also on this page: Windows 95/98/Me driver archive, Windows XP/2000 driver archive successor. The GeForce 4 series, non-MX, introduced in April 2002, was a revision of the GeForce 3 architecture. The budget variant, the GeForce 4 MX, was closer in terms of design to the GeForce 2. See also graphics card, graphics processing unit, Kelvin, microarchitecture.
Good. So let's continue tomorrow. Let's close it. I have to reboot my computer. So I have write it down. We need to upload this NV1 GeForce 2 series. GeForce 3 is on this memory cards. Then continue GeForce 4 series tomorrow. And I already download this 3DF Interactive Voodoo 235 cards, ATI, Asus, ASRock, pellets, motherboards. So that's a lot of PDF. So many of this, I don't have any of this open because this is full, but I have all this is open. This 2 pages open. Now this fall on the floor, but it's 10:30. I think this camcorder takes 24 hours to charging, so even tomorrow like at 10 p.m. we're only charging like less 12 hours. So, but all this what I defined this today. ENIAC computers, old computers, some old computers, Manchester by von Neumann, vacuum tubes, transistors, but some I have on my original. I have many original PDF, so that's just some more. We have to continue the nanometers. Got to 45 nanometers, need to read 65 and 9 is open. So we have continue this, but now we do the graphic cards. And we have to do all this semiconductor fabrication, how you do the technology. We have to read all this too, so that will take long time to do. But let's just do it, because this is what this video is about. So let's continue tomorrow. So actually we need a paper. But now we've got 3 pages. Actually we can take already takes one more. Could probably we just continue with another page. So I have not looked my stamps like 1 week. I use this camcorder for my stamps because it can record very close. I have to sorting all this out, and I even have more there and more everywhere. So we can do this in a weekend. We can record a little bit. So I will make a video on Dennis. I will have some candy, some bonbons. Do that in. I'll do this in Dennis and upload. So let's put the paper like this, computer. and we put it like this, and that's A1A, 2A, 3A, so that's 4A. Read list. Computer. 4A. And the date is 16 March 2023. So let's just make another little. Now it's 11:30. So we just put the paper behind here. And so I will download the I did close it by mistake. We have to search, but now the power is flashing. The power is flashing, so we have to stop the video. So I will charge the camcorder.